Hey everyone, welcome to Amy Ulmer Yoga. This will be a restorative practice, so you will need one bolster and at least one blanket. And the only reason why I've got so many blankets and a meditation cushion I'm using as a pillow is because I tried to go cheap on my bolster and it's really big, so I'm really elevated away from the mat. So that's why I have so many. But if you've just got a blanket and a bolster, that's all you'll need. And you'll want to set up first with your bolster that's going to go under your upper middle back, and then one blanket rolled up that's going to go under your neck. And then you can have another blanket under your head. And you'll come down to lie on the bolster, upper middle back, and then you'll bring the rolled up blanket under your neck. Knees are bent, soles of feet on the mat. And just make sure you're really comfortable because we'll be here for a few minutes. You can just let your arms flop out to the sides, and if your arms are elevated, you can place additional blankets or pillows under your arms. And I'm not texting a friend right now, I'm just starting the timer on my phone. So just let your knees drop in towards each other. Let yourself be heavy on your support. And if you've got glasses on, you can take them off. And just start to tune into your breath. Slowing down the breath. And making the inhales and exhales even. And this month I'm focusing on non-attachment. And non-attachment offers us the power to choose peace of mind even when the external is not what we want it to be. So with each exhale, maybe the back muscles release just a little bit more. We'll take one more breath, even though my timer went off. There's no rush. And then we'll super slowly and gently transition by just rolling off to the side and using the strength of your arms to press yourself up. And then we'll set up for the next pose of Supta Baddha Konasana. So you'll just need your bolster going the long way towards the back of the mat, and you'll take your blanket and you're gonna roll it up. You're gonna fold it like a hamburger first. So like so. Make sure it's neat, and then just roll it up like a burrito. Hopefully I'm not making you hungry. And then bring your butt up all the way against the bolster. Bring the soles of the feet together and your knees wide. Take the blanket over your feet and tuck each end of the blanket under one butt cheek. And then lie back on the bolster, and if you'd like, you can have a blanket under your head as well. And just let your arms flop out, and I'll set the timer a little longer this time. So you can practice non-attachment whenever a thought comes up, as it inevitably will. Just let that thought float by like a cloud in the sky. Just as they come, they go. So we're not attaching to the thought. And soften the muscles around your face. And know you can adjust if you're uncomfortable. You can always let the knees be together. So see if with each exhale you can sink into your support a little more, release a little more. Let your next inhale be a little deeper. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, and then take the hands to the outsides of the thighs and guide the knees back together. Super slow roll off to one side and gently press yourself up. And then we'll come into legs up the wall with a blanket or two. So your blanket will be folded like so, and it's going to go under your hips. So scoot your butt all the way up to the wall and then gently bring your legs up. And then place your blanket under the hips and make sure it's in a comfortable spot. So it shouldn't be uncomfortable. Again, focusing on the breath, maybe making the exhale longer than the inhale, which helps to relax you. your next inhale be a little deeper. Wiggle fingers and toes, and then gently start to bend your knees and super slowly roll off to one side. And again, just gently press yourself up, taking your time. And we'll set up for the next one. I'm just setting my timer here. So bring your bolster again the long way on the mat. You may or may not want a blanket under your head. You're going to bring your right hip all the way up to the bolster. And then bring your hands on either side of the bolster. Knees are bent and they can be separated. They are separated. And then on your inhale, lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, lay yourself down on the bolster. Lay either your right cheek down, or if you want more of a twist, you'll lay your left cheek down. So do what feels right for you. And then just let your arms relax down. So rest your arms wherever it's most comfortable so that your shoulders can be really relaxed. So without judgment, when the thoughts come up, just as easily as they came up, let them go. So choosing peace of mind, non-attachment, and contentment with what is. Each exhale, getting a little heavier on your support, releasing completely. Next inhale, a little deeper, and then gently press yourself up. I'll just go right to the other side. So you'll bring your left hip up to the bolster. And then take your hands to either side of the bolster. And on the inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, lay yourself down. And either if you want less of a twist, the left cheek comes down. If you want more, the right cheek will come down. Let your arms rest wherever it's comfortable so your shoulders can be relaxed. Lengthen your inhale and exhale. And then with your next inhale, gently press yourself back up. And for this next one, you will need your bolster and potentially a couple of blankets or pillows depending on your flexibility. So you'll take your legs wide, and you can also sit up on the edge of a blanket so you're not rounding in your low back. And if you're super tight, you're just going to ramp your bolster up and place your forehead on it and your arms relaxed down. If you have a little more space, you'll lie down on your bolster with a couple of pillows or a couple of blankets stacked. So make sure again that you're really comfortable, and you can either place your forehead down or you can rest one cheek down, and I'll cue you to move it over to the other cheek. So inhale, lengthen up through the spine, and exhale, lay yourself down on your bolster. No forcing or judgment. So restorative yoga isn't about getting a really intense stretch, but more about relaxation. So see how much you can soften into it. See how much you can let go. So switch cheeks. If you're on one cheek, switch to the other cheek. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. If it gets uncomfortable, know you can back off anytime. Make sure shoulders relax. Let your next inhale be a little deeper. And start to gently press yourself back up. And we'll set up for final relaxation. So you can have a blanket under your head if you would like. And then you'll just bring the bolster under your knees. Coming onto your back and bringing the bolster under your knees. Gently lying back, letting your feet flop out and your arms flop out, letting everything be super heavy. Softening the muscles in your face. Let your next inhale be a little deeper. Gently bringing your awareness back to your breath and to your body. You can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles, both directions. And with your next inhale, reach the arms by your ears and then gently roll off to one side using the arm as a pillow and rest there for a moment. And while you're resting, I have a quote to share from the sage Ashtavakra. So if you think you are free, you are free. If you think you are bound, you are bound. So coming back to that idea of non-attachment and choosing peace of mind even when the external is not what you want it to be or expect it to be. So when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes soft or closed, sitting up nice and tall through the spine, bringing hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.